And then much like Thanos said, reality is often disappointing. A good chunk of these teams are going to come back to reality after week 0 and realize that they are still trash.
Our reactions from week 0. Sora, I'm going to start with you, man. Was it a good week? Because the lineup was looking okay, and then some games were just absolute blowouts.
Man, week 0 was yes. The only, so I will say, I was on the road for pretty much majority of week 0, going to the Miami Eagles game. I was listening to the Nebraska Northwestern, and I gotta say, that was the only exciting game, because looking up at the score, you got Illinois, Wyoming, blowout. Florida State and the French school, I'm not even going to attempt to say its name, blowout. Shockingly.
Yeah, Duquesne.
North Carolina, Florida A&M, blowout. You got the scores mixed up for Vandy and Hawaii. Vanderbilt scored 63. Hawaii 10, blowout. Surprisingly, again.
Hold on.
Literally expected that to be
I can fix it. I think I can fix it, but carry on.
I literally expected the Vandy Hawaii game to somehow be like 15 to 3. Like, I did not expect Vandy to put up that many points, but still, either way, it was a blowout. So, I mean, it's good that college football's back, obviously. But now we're getting into week 1. We're getting into the more exciting games. This was just kind of the preseason minus Northwestern and Nebraska. Teams like Vanderbilt, they'll go ahead and take their win. They'll go ahead and feel good about themselves. And then much like Thanos said, reality is often disappointing. A good chunk of these teams are going to come back to reality after week 0 and realize that they are still trash.
Facts. Y'all see that graphic design on the fly right there? I went in and fixed it.
That man went.
Yeah. But I know, Slay, you were up in our Discord going nuts about the Vanderbilt game, my man.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about it?
I got a lot to say about
I have not watched it yet. I still got a lot of tape to watch, and that's one of them that I haven't gone back and watched. But go ahead and give me the rundown of the disaster I'm about to see on tape.
Yeah. Like Sora said, Nebraska and Northwestern was literally the only good game. All the games were trash. I think North Carolina might be frauds this year. I think there is a chance they could be frauds this year.
How was that game that close?
I don't know. Like Florida A&M should not be that close with North Carolina.
Not at all.
I don't know how that happened. And then obviously Florida State was supposed to do that to Duquesne. That Illinois Wyoming game was just terrible from all cylinders, bro. And then that Vanderbilt game, just picks left and right. Like, it was terrible. This is why Hawaii will never have anything good. I'm sorry, bro. Like,
they lost the GOAT, Day Hunter.
Yeah. I was about to say Day Hunter, man.
Day's with Liberty now, so
yeah, they basically lost their whole team with that player. Day just, yeah. I'm sorry, Hawaii. I'm sorry to their fans.
All 5 of them.
Yeah. Nebraska. This game was amazing. That one
the
receiver
ups and downs, man. Holy crap!
There was a lot of ups and downs. I thought Casey Thompson, personally, I thought he was very good in the first half. He was on a hot streak, right? And based off that first half, he looked really good. But in that second half, I don't know where the tides turned, but he just didn't look the same. And that receiver that they had, he had like 102 yards, 4 receptions, and a touchdown. He played well in the first half, and then he wasn't.
Isaiah Garcia Castaneda.
Yeah, Garcia. Mm-hmm. The adjustments that Northwestern made, I thought was amazing. It helped them get the win, and that's all that matters. So, good win for Northwestern. We'll see what happens with Nebraska, though.
Yeah, I definitely. So I wanted to shout out a couple games. North Carolina. However, Florida A&M scored 24 points against you guys is not a good look, and it was close. I mean, I think going into like the middle of the third quarter, they were only like a 9-point difference, and I'm like, how the hell is this happening? Like, I thought they were going to do the Mac Brown special, just throwing that boy deep the whole time, but they obviously didn't. Duquesne and Florida State. You know, I'm not hopeful that my Noles can go in at LSU this week, and I'm so glad we didn't book our plane ticket because, you know, I don't know if it's going to be a total blowout. And they want to say it's a neutral site game, but it's actually not. Let's be real about this. They're playing in Louisiana in the Superdome. Like, this is not going to be a fair stretch for Florida State. But with that being said, to have 3 100-yard rushers in one game for Florida State, first time in the history of the program. I don't think a lot of programs have actually done that before. But with that being said, that made me super, super excited for what's to come. Jordan Travis played really, really good. I was really impressed by the defense. I hope the pass rush increases its production in this next game. But outside of that, I like how we didn't take our foot off the gas, even though it was Duquesne. So that has me.
Don't forget about Trayshawn Ward too. Trayshawn Ward was amazing. He had a couple touchdowns in that game.
Yep,
he played really well, bro.
Yep. Illinois and Wyoming, still haven't gone back and watched that game, but my boy Fishing was right about that. I took Wyoming. Sorry, sir. Didn't mean to piss anybody off by taking Wyoming, but I thought the ragtime Cowboy Joes were going to come in there and keep the game close. Still the best. The only thing that they won was the best fight song in college football is the Wyoming Cowboys, yo. And then, of course, the game of the week, like we discussed, Northwestern versus Nebraska. We'll get into a little bit of Casey Thompson's performance, but Evan Hull, man, was incredible. His down the field vision is incredible. Anthony Grant, he got better as the game went on, had 19 touches for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. He started off slow and then the wheels started to turn for him. But I think really the star of the game that kind of took me by surprise, transferred over from South Carolina was Ryan Helinski, 27 for 38, 314 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dude, it was... he was very, very impressive, and he was getting better as he went too throughout the whole game, and he was kind of the X factor for me in that game. But I know we're going to get into Casey Thompson here in a little bit, but in the comments, let's shout out a couple people. Key, Jadis, Big Fridge, Jeans in the chat. What's popping? Appreciate you guys coming through. I know this is a late stream, but I can't do nothing about it. Wasn't even the weather. It was, from what I saw on Twitter, was like a cut fiber line, but apparently my internet service provider is still hanging fiber lines instead of putting them underground, which is really ridiculous. And then there's no like redundancy policies, but that's just here nor there, man. I work in IT, and that's like, I would have lost my job if we were down for 6 hours today, like they were. But it is what it is. It is what it is.